The Premier League is back this weekend for the first time in nearly 3 weeks, with stellar matches of consequence lined up for match day 32. Arsenal play Bournemouth in Saturday's early kickoff in a game that could define the Gunners' season. But should Mikel Arteta's men achieve victory for all 3 points, attention will turn to his matchup at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea could do Arsenal a huge favour by slowing down City to all but guarantee the league title for their London neighbours, or should I say, London rivals. The Blues have ambitions of their own, of course, as a top 5 place in the league guarantees Champions League football for next season. But from the point of view of Chelsea fans, what do they really want this weekend? Win versus City to improve their prospects of Champions League football, or lose to City in order to deter and derail Arsenal? You know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, joining me on today's 360 Experience to talk about all of this and so much more is a Chelsea fanatic, a lifelong Blue. Here's Jeffrey Esume. So, Jeffrey, what a precarious position you find yourself in this weekend, quite literally between the devil and the deep blue sea. But firstly, welcome to the 360 Experience.
Good afternoon to you guys. Good afternoon, Akosi. Good afternoon to everyone listening to the 360 Experience. I can't wait to get done with this. And
so let's start with your perception of your club's rivalry with Arsenal Football Club.
Arsenal Football Club, Chelsea Football Club. It's simple. It's a team whereby I know I do not like. A team whereby I know the same way I do not like them. I think it's the same way they do not like me. If I'm wishing them bad, I feel they're also wishing me bad. But it's just from a place of banter. That's how football has always been. We've had this thing with Arsenal fans. Whenever they want to, like, it looks like, okay, they're having a perfect season, we don't want them to exceed. So it's just how it has always been over the years on Akosi.
There's this feeling that suddenly Arsenal are the new Chelsea, determined, tough to beat, pragmatic, ruthless, gone in on major fronts for major trophies. And Chelsea have suddenly become the old Arsenal, fragile, soft, inexperienced, playing merely to qualify for Europe. Is that a feeling that you subscribe to?
No, you can't come and tell me Arsenal are the new Chelsea, because the old Chelsea we know, they are used to winning trophies, and Arsenal have not won anything. A few months ago, Chelsea were celebrating 2 trophies, the Conference League and of course the Club World Cup. So this just shows you that they are not the new Chelsea. They are still the same Arsenal, trying to strive and do better as it is.
But have you become the new Arsenal?
No, I'm still Chelsea. I'm still in the FA Cup semi-final. Hopefully we can go on and win it.
So this weekend is quite crucial for both clubs. Arsenal need to win versus Bournemouth, early kickoff on Saturday, to maintain their advantageous differential to Man City in second. And then they would be relying on Chelsea to help them probably win the title by beating Manchester City at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Chelsea themselves won Champions League football, which means every point matters and is crucial for them. As a Chelsea fan, Jeffrey, what do you want out of Sunday, out of the game against Manchester City? Should Arsenal win against Bournemouth on Saturday? Do you want Chelsea to go on to win for the sake of your Champions League qualification interests? Or Chelsea not to win in order to derail this Arsenal that you say you don't like?
First of all, Nakosi, I've watched Bournemouth. Every time they come back from the international break, they have not lost the season. So that's something to look out for. Playing against Arsenal, 12:30, early kick of the first game, and we know how sometimes the first game of the EPL can be so sumptuous, and you might not expect it. But at the end of the day, it's just win your own. I'm not going to come here and say because I want Arsenal to win the league, I'm not going to win my game. I don't feel the league is based on what happens today. Let's not forget that Arsenal are still going to play Manchester City. Manchester City still have a game in hand. Arsenal still have tougher fixtures, though I feel Manchester City have more tougher fixtures, because every game, I was listening to Mikel Arteta the other day, and he said every game counts as a final. So I'm not sure it's going to be entirely based on what Chelsea is going to play with City, because at the end of the day, Chelsea can end up winning City and Arsenal might not still win that game. So it depends on the game you have in hand. It's just operation win every game. So I feel if Arsenal can go on and win their game and win their remaining fixtures, kudos to them, congratulations to them. We can call them the new Premier League champions. But I don't think it's based on the Chelsea-Manchester City game. Chelsea can still end up winning that game, and Man City can still win the league. We know they still have Manchester City versus Arsenal. Manchester City still have a lot of games to play. Arsenal still have a lot of games to play. So let's see what happens.
Hypothetically, Jeff, Arsenal beat Bournemouth early kickoff on Saturday, and then City have to win against Chelsea to keep the 9 points differential before they play their own game in hand. What would you want specifically from your Chelsea? To go all out and beat Man City, knowing, Jeffrey, that almost guarantees that Arsenal win the Premier League title? Or do you find yourself in a situation where you're not exactly rooting for your club to win simply because it derails or deters Arsenal just a little bit?
On our Kosi, it's two-sided. In as much as I do not want Arsenal to win the Premier League, I also want to go to the Champions League. We saw a few days ago that it's now a top 5 spot, meaning we have hope. We can go on and do something as well. I think some Arsenal fans are saying, we have done you guys a pleasure by winning sports now. You can now go on now and help us win Manchester City. But football does not work that way. The same way Chelsea wants it is the same way Manchester City wants it as well. So I just feel on that day the better team is going to win. But I'm going to be rooting for my team, of course. I'm not going to come here because I have this hatred for Arsenal at the expense of me missing out on Champions League football. That's not what I'm going to want.
Okay.
So I just basically feel everybody should be optimistic. Everybody should try to win their game at the end of the day. I'm going to be rooting for my team to win. But if we do not win, I feel it happens. It's football. Like I always say, it's a game of 90 minutes. But deep down, I'll still want my team to win. But if we do not win, then of course, Manchester City go on and win the title.
All right, but can Chelsea pull it off, though? I'm asking because your Blues are winless in the last 9 Premier League games against Manchester City. You've drawn 3 and you've lost 6. And all of this since a 2-1 away win in May of 2021. City have also won 4 of their last 5 league visits to Stamford Bridge. So can your Chelsea pull it off?
The last time Chelsea won Manchester City was back then in 2021 in the Champions League final. Some Chelsea fans will say, we won you guys when it matters. But come on, they have owned us for how many years now? But it's going to be a difficult game. It's going to be a difficult game. But I don't know. I'm seeing it still in favor of Chelsea, in as much as I do not want it to happen, even as a Chelsea fan. But I feel this is one of those games whereby Chelsea is just going to come on top. They're not going to lose the game. I'm seeing either Chelsea win or the game ends in a draw.
Well, Jeffrey, it's been a pleasure getting your insight on these matters, and we now look forward to the Premier League games for the weekend, chiefly Arsenal versus Bournemouth, and of course on Sunday, the big one at Stamford Bridge when Chelsea host Manchester City. There'll be plenty of time to feed off what has gone on over the weekend, and hopefully you'd be around to discuss.
Yeah, always a pleasure on Akosi. We'll see what happens after the games.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Anako.
So, the stage is set for a potentially defining weekend in the Prem. What are your predictions? Will the Arsenal beat Bournemouth? And if they do, will Chelsea help them over the line by beating City? And how do Chelsea fans feel about catalyzing a title win for their rivals, Arsenal? Well, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share across all platforms. And most importantly, enjoy your weekend as well.